It's time for another Home Brew Wednesday, and here we are. Right now I'm just enjoying a Old Forge T-Rail Pale Ale. Earthy Fuggle hops. Delicious. Danville, Pennsylvania. Drink local, think local. Out of the can in the man. Well, here it is, Home Brew Wednesday. I didn't bottle yet. I'm going to be bottling here soon. I got something to help me hopefully bottle a little bit better. Got one of these bastards with a little spout nozzle. Used to do it a little bit differently, a little bit more exerting. You need to exert some strength a little bit more to do it. Or we would use the, I had a hose that would attach to the top of my carboy and would go down through into a bucket of water and would attach to the water, creating the airlock. So what we were doing was we usually would hold it up on its angle after we chilled it, and then we would just run that hose, clean it, and then run the beer through the hose to each individual bottle. But this way, I mean, it was definitely a two-man job. I've done it by myself a couple times, and it's strenuous. So this way, I might be able to just have that one. See, it's a lot nicer. That's going to take a lot of the stress out of it. Might take some of the enjoyment and the fun out of it because it was oh well. That's what's going on right now. I'm going to do a little beer review for you of an ale I made. It's basically like a mild ale, but I overcarbonated it. It became overcarbonated. I previously did review that ale, but my children lost the USB card with that review on it, and because I had it on the USB, I just deleted it off the computer. So, live and learn on that one. But I do have some more left, so that's one of the ones that stuck around for a little bit. So I have that. I'm going to give you a review of that. As far as my coup de grace go, my Russian Imperial Stout, as far as I can tell, just from visually, I have 4 bottles of that left, not including maybe some I kept upstairs to age. And I have almost 2 full cases of my Winter Warmer Porter because that got screwed up, but I'll talk about that one a little bit later. Right now, I'm gonna unhook you, and you're gonna come to the beer world with me. And I'll just come back into the corner of death, where no light generally and no warmth ever gets to. And this might be hard to see, but I just capped it off here. Took the airlock off and capped it. And that is my German IPA. Going in its little fermenter. Keep that on to keep the light out. And we're gonna be taking care of that here soon. We're gonna be bottling it. So until I can give you my beer review, that's basically where we're at for Home Brew Wednesday. So I'm gonna sip on this for a little bit more. I'm gonna give a big old shout out to SJ Pour. He does some really great Homebrew Wednesday videos. He just does a lot of good craft beer Tuesdays, things like that. I've been watching his stuff, and he's been commenting and subscribe on my channel too. It's really enjoyable. He turned me on to a place in Selinsgrove called Keller's Beer. It's a place you can get homebrew equipment plus craft beer, hoagies, tobacco, the whole deal. So check them out, kellersbeer.com. One word, kellersbeer.com. And do check out his YouTube site, SJ Pour. Not related. Keller Beer, SJ Pour. Different, but you know what I mean. Go check out his YouTube site. Really good guy. really good reviews of craft ales, but really enjoyable videos and homebrew tips as well. He does some. I watched his cleaning a keg, like a cask, last night, so that was really enjoyable because I was thinking about doing some actual cask and not just putting burnt. I usually put burnt slabs that I go out in my woods and I find oak and you just toast it, drop it in with your fermenter. But this is if you actually want to do an actual wooden barrel. It shows you how to clean it. That was pretty cool. This is warm, so it's kind of overcarbonated and make me burp a little bit, but that's okay. Well, this is enough for me for right now for my Home Brew Wednesday update. Coming up is a beer review. Cheers. Hi there, we're back. For a beer review of Home Brew Wednesday. I popped it in this bottle for a reason, because it is technically, I tried to brew an ESA, so that's what I put it in. It's standard ESA. I mean, just basically the two-row malts, the Crystal 60. I use a lot of Crystal 60. I use a lot of 45. Not 45. I use Crystal 60, Crystal I think 40 it was, and then I usually top it off about maybe a quarter pound of 145, and then sometimes I throw in some, just like a big, like maybe a quarter cup full of chocolate malts, things like that, just to spice it up, give it some little character. Didn't go very crazy on this at all. This is really, really standard stuff, like textbook. I didn't experiment like I do my other beers. I'm burping up pretty good. I brew in small batches, so there isn't 10 pounds of this and 20 pounds of that. It's a pound of that, or half a pound of that. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So, but the hops, I use Cascade hops, and I use German Northern Brewer hops, I think, in Centennial. But that was before I really decided to go nuts, so they were very basically an ounce. You know what I mean? So not very hoppy. It shouldn't be overly hoppy. It shouldn't be. Unfortunately, I kind of wanted it super malty, and I should have really did that, and instead of being so timid. But this was my first one. This has been around the house for a while now, and the first homebrew I did a long time ago, I kind of went ape shit on, and it turned out really well. But for some reason, when I came back into it, I was really timid about it, and I just kind of followed away. And this is the result. And after that, I said, fuck that. And so far, all my other beers, except for the porter, with the airlock coming off and it turned into vinegar, except for that, everything's been pretty damn good. So let's crack it open and see if this explodes everywhere, because that's the problem. That's what I was going to say too. I do not use priming sugar anymore. I do not prime any of my beers. Whatever happens, happens. I do not prime my beers. I'm going to be using, this one actually looks pretty good, so, oh, there it goes. And this is what I'm talking about. You see that? Just because it didn't blow up in the bottle doesn't mean it won't blow up when you try to pour it. See that? That's as much beer that's in it right there. The rest is just head. We're going to let this settle. I'll be back with another glass. We'll just keep on going. We're back. And we're going to try to gently pour this thing out. I don't know how much. The yeast is starting to break up. I'm just going to give it a go and see what happens. Yeah, there's the chunks. This was doing pretty good until the chunks started chunking up. So I'm just going to pour the damn thing. Chunks won't kill you. I mean, haven't killed me. But I don't like chunks in certain ales. I like when yeast really breaks up and makes a cloudiness and not a chunkiness. And a lot of times it seems when I get a yeast floating around in there, like And the carbonation's out of this world. It's almost bigger than, let's say, Oval or Meridos or any of those Belgian. That's the rate of carbonation. It's just outstanding. It's like that, and that's beyond appropriate for me, because I think the thing that ruined it is it takes away the nice subtle approaches of an English ale. It's that coat your tongue a little bit, that nice soft malt, little hop base, earthy notes. That carbonation rips it right off your tongue where you can't enjoy it at all. Like, it's just basically you get a faint bit of this and the back end of that, and all that middle enjoyment just was gone. But look, it took 2 glasses to do this because of that outstanding. This is crystal clear. This is nice. This is exactly the way it's supposed to look. This is not the way it's supposed to look. And it's really like lava lamping. It's insane the amount of carbonation. I'm surprised it's not breaking up the yeast by kicking the shit out of it. The way it's doing. There's a nice caramel. Good banana. Real big bready note too. I'm almost getting a little bit of a tropical fruit. Honey. Maybe a little bit of an orange. Nothing was really crazy about this beer. I really didn't add too much. So, I mean, I'm going to give it a taste out of this one, and then I'm going to try to fight the head on this fucker. Cheers. Home Brew Wednesday, you can swear, right? Because it's homebrew, fuck you. It basically tastes almost like a wheat ale with all the big banana and stuff, mixed with a Belgian ale with a real big bready note and that amazing carbonation that just rips the shit out of you. Normally, like, if I had an ale, a Belgian ale, like, for instance, Rochefort number 6, it was kind of like that. It was kind of very weedy, Weissbeery, kind of Belgian-y, that kind of thing. But I didn't make that, so I hate this. I think that's the problem. But let me try to work this down a little bit. That's lovely. This is lovely. Nice slight malts. Almost almondy. You get some little bit of almond touches. Creamy. You do get the banana notes and the berry notes, just very faintly. But it's very smooth and easy to drink. The carbonation is not there at all. There's no carbonation in that. I mean, you get these strange kind of hints of this and hints of that. Almost off in a way, but this, if this was a full glass of that, it would be awesome. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if anybody else in the homebrew world has ever had an ale that kind of did this. This part of it is great. This part of it is shit. You know what I mean? So, this gets a 3 out of 10. This gets a 7 out of 10 from me, from my homebrew. This has no name. It's Lair Records, we'll just call it ESB. Lair Record, Brewery. Lair Brewery's ESB. This, no sediment, is lovely. Sediment is shit. But this has been Paul with my Homebrew Wednesday. I'll try to get it uploaded as soon as I can, as far as this Wednesday goes. I don't know if I will. We're going down to Gettysburg this weekend. Meeting up with DJ from DJ's Brew Tube. We're gonna do a little beer trade, swap some stuff, and bring some of my home brews along too, so I can throw up. Oh yeah, not this shit. I'm gonna bring some of my Blood of the Black Oak. I'm gonna bring some Hot Heathen Honey, at least one of them. I don't know how many I have left. I think 2 or 3. And then I'm gonna bring, if I can get it bottled in time, I'm gonna bring down some Magnum Opus, which is my German IPA that I'll be bottling this week. So maybe next weekend you can get a little beer review of how that turned out. This has been Paul from PABrewNews. Thanks for watching. Cheers to everybody out there in the homebrew land. Drink some good beer.